All right, Chemistry CP, December 8th, 2020, period 6. So far, in this entire period, I've only talked about one of the 5 reference sheets dealing with naming ions. This first reference sheet deals with single charge ions. That means lithium is always going to be a 1 plus, never a 2 plus. Silver is always going to be a 1 plus. Phosphorus is always going to be a 3 minus charge. It never combines other ways. But there are more handouts. So I'm going to mention the names of these for you students to have some understanding of what they're going on about. List of common ions starts off with monatomic cations. So that is the same list as this first handout. There's lithium, but this list includes hydrogen that wasn't on this handout. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. It also includes francium, which was not on this first handout, but is underneath cesium on the periodic table. So basically, they just list the entire first column of the periodic table as always being plus 1 charge. In addition, notice that they have silver on this list as always being a plus 1 charge. The 2 plus cations should be the entire second column of the periodic table, plus 2 elements that are always choosing to be 2 plus, even though they're located in the transition elements, zinc and cadmium, directly underneath zinc. These 2 elements, along with the entire second column, are only going to be 2 plus charges. Aluminum, always a 3 plus charge. The anions are the ones that gain electrons to become negatively charged. We're getting an alert saying stay-at-home orders now in effect in my area. Nice. Okay. Anions, that means you still have to go to school, kids. These are always 1 minus charge. This list always a 2 minus charge. This list always a 3 minus. Carbon always a 4 more minus. That's kind of a little surprising for me. Now, here's a new table. Polyatomic means multiple atoms. Polyatomic. This is a group. Everything in parentheses behaves kind of as if it were just one element. Overall, this one has always a 1 plus electric charge. Nitrogen with 4 hydrogens is called ammonium. That is different from ammonia. Ammonia is a neutral molecule with the formula NH3. It has no electric charge, it's neutral. Ammonia is used in fertilizer, and plants use it. And explosives, I suppose. Ammonium is a polyatomic cation, and this group always has a plus 1 charge. If I need to use 2 of these to combine with, let's say, calcium, then I'll have to use the parentheses and put a subscript outside of the parentheses that means use this entire group. Let me do that as an example. Calcium is always with 2 valence electrons. And I see I'm doing this incorrectly. This is a polyatomic cation. So NH4 with its plus charge, if I combine that with, let's say, I want to say sulfide. Sulfide is always going to be a 2 minus charge. So here's kind of a shortcut. If you take the number of plus charges and crisscross them with the number of negative charges, here I have to use parentheses. NH4, close parentheses, because this is one group that cannot be broken apart. Now, subscript 2. For the S, subscript 1, that we don't bother writing. Ammonium sulfide would be this presumably ionic molecule. Could be covalent, for all I know. Okay, so that's an example of how you deal with polyatomic ions. They have to be kept together as a group inside parentheses if you need more than one of them. The subscript goes on the outside, not individually on the inside. All right, back to this list. Hydronium is H3O with a +1 charge. Here are polyatomic anions. OH is hydroxide in name. If I combine that with monatomic hydrogen, I could call it hydrogen hydroxide. Hydrogen hydroxide. Well, that's really H2O, water. So some of these have special names when they're combined. This list goes kind of by, I can't tell you. I guess it's not by alphabet, it's not by charge, it's just a list. And some of these have 2 names, such as bicarbonate or hydrogen carbonate is HCO3 with a -1 charge. All right, so that's that list. There's another list. This one, common ions listed by charge. All the +1 charges. Notice that this list includes the polyatomic ion ammonium. It also includes gold and 1 form of copper. The I in parentheses is a Roman numeral telling us how many electrons it has given away. In this case, it gave away 1, so it's a +1 charge. I have reached the end of today's exciting period.